everybody, we're going to be talking real quick how to start your own business. What are the structures requirements needed? What is needed to establish a business within your state and county? And really, what is there for? What type of protection does these structures give me? We're going to go over that very quick. Stay tuned. Any question that you're going to have at this, before that, make sure you'll be able to subscribe right here. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell on it. And also, if you have any questions that we're going to be going over this specific subject, make sure you scan this QR code right here. Send me a Minek. I'll be able to answer your question back. But definitely connect with me on Minek. We'll be able to answer you via text, voicemail, video mail, or even a phone call. All right. Looking forward to talk to you guys and go over your next future endeavors when it comes to establishing your business. All right. Here we go. All right. Are we looking? There's some different types of structure when it comes to establishing your business. You got sole proprietorship. You got LLC, which is limited liability company. You got an S corp, which is S corporation, and you got a corporation. Okay. Those are the basic ones we're looking at. You have other ones, LLPs, you got different things on it, but we're going to stay very basic on it. What is a sole proprietorship? What does this mean? Sole proprietorship means that you as an individual is the owner of the company, but you're fully responsible of the company. So which means is all liability falls you as the person. All right. So if a sole proprietorship, if your business structure is sole proprietorship, all liability falls on you, which means is if any debts is out there, they're gonna fall on your Social Security as an individual. If you're gonna get sued, something happens that you're getting sued, you as an individual is getting sued. That's what sole proprietorship means. Means the identity of the company is the individual person, which means of the assets of the individual person are the ones that could be liable in case something happens within the business. Example, a person sues a company who is a sole proprietorship, they can go after their own personal house, their personal bank accounts, everything that individual owns, okay? Make sure we understand that part. Perfect. LLC is a limited liability company. You also have LLP, which is limited liability partnership. We'll go into that later. A limited liability company has articles of articulation that put into by the state that you live in. Okay, so the state has some specific articles already in place for an LLC to have. But you can go ahead and adjust those articles to fit the needs of your business also. Now, an LLC divides the ownership of the business, correction. The LLC divides the liability from an individual now into the business identity. Okay? What do I mean by that? When it comes to debts and any type of legal issue or liabilities that might arouse while you're doing business, the identity, the LLC, is the one responsible. So whatever money's in the LLC bank account, whatever properties or assets that LLC owns are the only thing that are going to be touched. Okay? Your personal stuff, your personal items are not going to be touched, which means protects your personal liability. Your personal assets are being protected from your business. You as the owner, you're still the owner of the company, but you have a structure as an LLC which allows protection of the assets of your personal side of the house. So your personal income, your personal assets are going to be protected for any liability that your business or your LLC could inquire. Any type of debts or any type of legal action that you might get sued or anything like that, okay? That's a real good question on that one. S corporation. S corporation, same scenario. The identity represents itself when it comes to liability purposes. Your personal assets are going to be protected. The only difference between S corporation and LLC, it gives you some additional financial tools or tools within your business growth to allow you to operate your business when it comes to funding. We'll go into that later on, but an S corporation is mostly the middle person between an LLC and a corporation. You have some benefits of the corporation and you still have the benefits of the LLC. What do I mean by that? When it comes to an LLC and a corporation, those are all actually, sole proprietorship, LLC, and S corporation, they are followed through tax identities, which means all the money and deductions and expenses, which are going to become deductions, you're going to be able to claim that on your personal income. All right. But the same thing. So the earnings or the positive, whatever's left over, is going to be reported as income as your personal side of the house. On the S corp, there's different ways to alleviate that, but we'll go to that one later in a different video. But just want you to understand the basics. These three right here, they're pass-through taxes to be able to go into your income side of the house. Corporation is totally different. Corporation is its own identity, its own person. You as a business owner, gonna go ahead and establish a corporation. That means you're getting its own tax ID, it's getting its own identity, which means a corporation itself pays taxes directly to the IRS. Which means is that when you hear the term double taxation, yes, so let's say you're the business owner of a corporation. The corporation pays you a salary. That salary that you get from your corporation is going to be in the W-2 form, which means that you're going to claim that money in your personal tax return as taxes. The corporation then is going to go ahead and they do all the deductions that they have for that year, which includes payrolls, expenses to operation costs, and all that stuff. Whatever's left over of profit, they're going to pay tax on that. The difference with the corporation, you guys been hearing on the news, is called corporate tax. The corporate tax is usually about 30%. So whatever money's left over as a profit, then they're going to pay a tax, a corporate tax of that specific earnings, okay? On your personal income, when we have these pass-through identities right here, so proprietorship, LC, S corp, right here, you're going to pay income tax on your personal side of the house depending on the total amount of money that is going to be taxable. So depending on your taxable income is where you're going to pay taxes. These right here brings very beneficial structures when you're looking at doing that. There's different tax strategies out there that you can utilize to be able to benefit from those type of structures. That type of talk is a talk we have to do a one-on-one because each individual is different depending on the state that you live in, because you have state taxes, you have different tax laws within your state taxes that you might want to look into. But you want to definitely first talk to your tax preparer, whoever does your taxes on it. We'll talk to you guys about what it is to establish a business and what is the best structure you might want to start with. Can you start with one and convert it to another? Yes, you can start with a sole proprietorship, move it to an LLC. You can start with LC, move it to a S corp, and all that stuff. Vice versa, you can start with an S corp, move it to an LLC. That's what I mean. You can restructure this however you want to structure it and whenever you want to restructure on it. But the thing is about all these, they're all going to have their own tax ID, but they're going to be reported different in your personal individual income taxes. The only one of these structures right here that's going to have its own direct tax form is going to be a corporation when that corporation pays taxes directly to the IRS. All right. Hopefully that explains real quick in a nutshell what is a business structure, how to establish it, and what is the one that you really need. We'll go into detail later on on how are these specific structures going to benefit you when it comes to different type of strategies. All right. Once again, follow, subscribe. Let's go forward. Keep following me. This is going to help me continue building more videos like this for you guys. Also, Minek, you want to connect with me, send me a Minek. Anything when it comes to small business development, send me a Minek. I'm able to contact. I'm easy to reach. Between 24 hours, we're going to have a communication, or very less than that. We're going to have a communication from you. Once again, looking forward to speaking with you guys soon. Thanks you guys for your time. Success for the best. And keep building, keep building, keep building. And do not lose the momentum that you have for your dreams.